What is up, guys, and welcome to another BattleTabs video. Today I'm going to be going over the three-part tournament-style battle I did with Rose. This was actually a very good battle, and definitely almost lost, so yeah. We both got one ban. My ban was Mini-Sub. Rose's ban was the Coracle. So my fleet for the first game was Hunters of Artemis. Rose's was a Coracle, Sea Slug, Longboat, Skull Cove fleet. I feel like maybe the Skull Cove could be switched out for something else because the Skull Cove, I guess with the Coracle ban, it's pretty good. I guess that makes sense. Alright, so in the first game, Rose went first, missed. Missed the Skull Cove, but right in the middle of it. Rose used the Sea Slug ability, missed two reveals, and then revealed on top of my Sea Slug. I mini-subbed in the corner here. Rose went in for an attack over here. Now here, I usually use my conniving to figure out, at least on these ones, to figure out where it is, which direction, which orientation. But I actually misclicked and used it like that. And so I accidentally take out the Coracle. I didn't even mean to, and that was just really sad. And oh my god, I laughed when that happened because that's just so unfortunate. But there's really nothing you can do about that. Alright, Rose gets a reveal in the middle of my conniving. I go in for a kayak here because now I know that this wasn't the sonar, so it had to be here. I end up getting 2 hits on the Skull Cove, so yeah. I decide just to leave that for last, but, you know. Rose goes in for a longboat on my conniving. Now, heroes, one piece of advice would be you only use 3 attacks, so you might as well go in for a single attack on your revealed space, especially without that Coracle, so that you can just get it done with and use all 5, and then you can still end up sinking because you know there's something there, so you might as well do it. But still, very good play. Took out my conniving. Alright, here I'm dumb and decide I'm just going to take out the Skull Cove, which there really wasn't a purpose to doing, because since its ability is just completely passive, I don't need to take it out. But I'm dumb and do. So there goes the Skull Cove. Another attack on the Sea Slug. It's looking close to getting taken out, but alright, here I go in for a sonar in the corner and end up figuring out it's the longboat, because really it has to be the longboat and in this orientation, because there's no it could be like a longboat like that, but that's just really, I didn't feel like that was going to happen. I might have actually kayaked there, but I don't think I did. No, I kayaked right here. And here I was thinking, well, it could be Sea Slug, but I ended up just, I think I tested out the Sea Slug theory. Because if it was Sea Slug here, I would be able to kayak it, and if it wasn't, I'd be able to kayak it anyway. So it didn't end up being Sea Slug. So then Rose uses the Sea Slug ability. This is all 4, but really, it makes sense because I have 2 small ships left, so really couldn't be expected to hit that. Sink the longboat. Now I have a general rough idea of where the Sea Slug is. And I go over here because it could be like that. And then the sonar actually completely reveals to me it's right here because there's no other place with this sonar it could be. So yeah. It has, it could be like that, but I could still hit it. So now I go here because I think it's over here, but it's not. A little bit of trouble sinking the mini-sub, but I have trouble sinking that as well. It's really not easy. Alright. Unfortunately, I missed that kayak, but I know here if I've won, because even if the Sea Slug gets a reveal on the kayak, if I attack, Rose attacks, I use my kayak and finish it. So Rose actually did end up getting the sea slug reveal on the kayak, but it didn't really matter here. Hit. My only thought process here was don't you dare misclick, and well, I didn't. And that was the end of game 1. Well played. Let's move into the next game. This battle, Rose actually used Vikings, and I was not prepared for Vikings, but I do agree that Vikings is a very good fleet. Although, I feel like if I had used Catamaran here, I would have gotten insane value and won, even with like the rest being this, but good choice of a fleet, Rose. This was very smart, and I was not expecting it. Rose goes in for an attack, hits my conniving. I go in for an attack, miss the kayak by 1, but I'm looking for Catamaran here. Kayak misses both shots. My mini sub ends up getting directly on top of that sailboat. I think it's a raft here, I believe was my thought process. And then I went in for a conniving there, and ended up getting 3 hits on the Catamaran. Unfortunately, my only 2 Catamaran sinking ships are the kayak. And the conniving and my conniving's not going to get around to another ability. Plus, I thought it was the other way, so that... I think... Yeah, if I had actually done it the right way, I would have been able to sink it in time, but I unfortunately wasn't, so it did get ability off, and it was a very valuable ability. Alright, he misses one of his kayaks, but he does hit one of them. Going for a kayak over here, because I thought it was his raft, and it wasn't, it was his sailboat. Unfortunately, his catamaran almost... I knew he was going to do it there, and it was a smart play, as the tail of the sea slug was there. So, yeah, but it ended up also hitting the kayak, and that's just really unfortunate, but it was a good play, so... I still think it's the raft, and I go the wrong direction again, but now I know it's the sailboat, so I end up sinking 1 ship. I think here he ends up hitting my mini sub, and, well, yeah, I just go in, put a mini sub on this corner. Just an attack on this corner. I should have gone in for a mini sub, there really wasn't any reason not to, but yeah. I went in for a mini sub on this corner and located that, but yeah. Rose finishes off and ends game 2 in a very quick victory. So now I decide to just do the Viking mirror match because I feel I'm pretty good with Viking. But I mean, it was kind of close. I definitely was kind of close. Yeah. So let's move into this one. Rose attacks, misses my sailboat by 1. I attack, unfortunately miss his sailboat and raft by 1. Kayak gets a double hit on my raft, very unfortunate. And my kayak misses completely. He goes the wrong direction with the cannon attack. I end up hitting the catamaran, but it's still not ideal. Misses the sailboat by 1, which, whew, that was close. I get the triple sailboat hit, which is very good. Now, here, I don't know what happened, but the raft should have been played like that, because you still get this tile, and this tile, but you also get this tile in case it's raft, so that would have been a better placement. And because it wasn't in that placement, I end up getting a hit on his catamaran, the raft hit, and now I know that I'm going to get catamaran off no matter what happens, and Rose is not, so this puts me at a ginormous advantage. So yeah, one of the kayak hits my sailboat, but it doesn't much matter because of that. And that catamaran single-handedly won me the game. I get the hits on the raft, the double, and I get the hit on the sailboat, and that's just crazy unfortunate. Sailboat for me. Now, raft is gone, and now I know the orientation of this, which means I can just kayak it. Fortunately, the kayak misses both shots. My kayak takes out the sailboat. Now my thought process is, ooh, I might have some trouble finding the raft, but I really don't think I will here, even though I felt like I would, because I still have my kayak, sailboat, catamaran, a lot of things to find that raft. So it goes the wrong way with the sailboat, but I missed there. The sailboat does get finished off there. I go here. Now, right now, I know that Rose can't take out the catamaran in time, and I will get off another ability. So, I'm just waiting for that. I go here. Miss. Catamaran ability gets off, misses all 7 shots. I thought it was going to be over there. It wasn't. Finishes off my catamaran. Now it's a kayak battle, and it's actually intense, but unfortunately, my kayak hits Rose's kayak. And here, if the ability was up, I could still lose, but unfortunately it wasn't. I couldn't miss the shot anyway, and I finished off the last ship. That's the end of the last game. Good game, Rose. You played very well, and almost beat me, so good job.